All right, so let's talk about some of the improvements that we can see. Tell us what you're thinking.
So the EA that we're going to be doing is actually the first step to sustainable urban growth in the downtown. We're going to be focusing a lot on the underground infrastructure as well as the above ground improvements that are needed to sustain downtown as it currently is, as well as any future growth and just promoting that. So the EA is going to be a guiding document for how do we get to where we want to be as a community. And we're not exactly sure what those improvements are going to be yet. That's what the EA is for.
Okay.
And we're hoping the community can weigh in on what they're expecting to see as improvements for the downtown. But just some examples are, conversion of the streets to two-way traffic, adding bike lanes, promoting a more active transportation network, furniture improvements, having more trees alongside the sidewalks, putting concrete down on all of the sidewalks. Those are just some of the things you might typically see out of this. But of course, we want to hear from the residents what they want to see.
So we're standing right now at Harmony Square.
Yeah.
And just in my peripherals, I mean, we have obviously this beautiful piece of art.
Yeah.
This would be a part of the streetscape.
Yeah.
The hanging flower baskets that are here on the pole. There's a ramp from the road on the sidewalk that allows access. These are all things for accessibility, which is incredibly important. We need to make sure that the downtown is accessible for everyone. So accessibility and accessibility requirements are going to be a big part of the study for the downtown as well, right?
Yeah, so accessibility is definitely a huge thing. What kinds of sidewalks are the most accessible for, all members of the public. So you really want to keep in mind the different types of users who come downtown. So people who have like little to no accessibility issues and are easily able to walk on any type of paved road, to people who might be using walkers or wheelchairs. There are a lot of different components in accessibility, but also, as you mentioned, the beautification aspect.
Yep.
So
another big part, is things like the garbage cans, or in Victoria Park where the recycling bins are. More of that, more benches, bike racks, all sorts of different things that will transform the streetscape.
We want to make sure that downtown is accessible and safe. A big part of safety is making sure that people want to come downtown and that there's a lot of street level activity.
Yep.
And the way that you promote that street level activity is by making sure that there's stuff to do downtown.
All right, Gagan, can you tell us how members of the community could get more involved in what's going on?
Yeah, for sure. So one of the most important parts of the environmental assessment process is community engagement and getting the feedback from the public as well as interest groups. So one of the huge things that we're going to be focusing on is liaising with the different stakeholders downtown, the main ones being, Wilfrid Laurier University, Conestoga College, the Business Improvement Area, as well as other special interest groups like the Grand River Council on Aging. So in addition to liaising with all of these different folks, we are going to be getting feedback from the community as a whole throughout the process. And this could look like, taking surveys about what people want from downtown, soliciting questions and feedback from folks throughout the process and throughout the next few months. And we are going to be also hosting public information centers. We're not exactly sure what it's going to look like right now, but in the fall or the winter, you can expect some public information centers where we will host all of the different options that we're presenting for downtown and allow people to go through and really give their feedback about the different options so we can get a better idea of what they want to see downtown. So we've covered a lot about what this project for downtown streetscaping is going to consist of and the different elements of downtown streetscaping as well as the environmental assessment. So what I really want to hear next is Mayor Davis and Councillor Wall, what are you looking for in the downtown?
I'm looking for great ideas because at least half this project is everything we do underground. The utility infrastructure, the water, the sewers, and the engineers will tell us what are the best options there. But it's everything above ground that everyone will see and live with. And there's so many different ideas. I have some myself, but what's great about this is we're going to be getting a lot of different ideas. We'll come up with the best ideas for our downtown to take it to a whole new level. I have no doubt that this is going to give us a downtown that I'm proud of our downtown already, but it's not perfect. And it needs to be upgraded. And this is going to give us a whole new downtown that we can even be more proud of than what we currently have. And that's going to come through people telling us, giving us their ideas, whether you're residents, businesses downtown. And what's going to come out of this, I think also, is the community coming together with a lot of great enthusiasm for our downtown. I mean, our downtown in the past sometimes has taken a bit of a bad rap, right? And I think this is going to be a large part of this project. It's how it's going to change, how this city thinks about its downtown.
So I think we're definitely on the same wavelength here. It's important to me that people remember that this is our downtown. And it's so important that the members of this community are a part of shaping what it's going to be. We are today more culturally diverse in our downtown than we have ever been. We should have a downtown reflects all of the different people who call this place home. So from the restaurants to the stores to the streets to ideas that people have seen in communities and cities all over the world, things that they like, let's bring them here. As Mayor Davis said, the infrastructure is very important. So if we're going to be tearing up the roads, if we're going to be making dramatic changes to the streets, we should have a say on what they're going to look like when they're finished. Mayor Davis said it. We have an incredible downtown, a downtown I'm very proud to call home. But we need everyone to be proud of the downtown, and that's going to be because everybody had their fingerprint in the way that it was shaped.